Well, first two worsts figure out which is worse. And then the other two worsts figure out which is worse. And then the top two worsts fight it out until eventually you get the WORSTEST Worstest. Oh my God, what a beautiful week I had. What a beautiful week off.
I guess you did. We had a busy week over here.
It was a great episode.
Left us holding the bag, he did.
Hey, Simon, he knows his cryptids. He was the choice. I certainly bear no animosity.
It was right up his alley.
He is an expert.
My goodness.
He really was. He was good.
I could listen to him talk about scat for hours.
Bigfoot scat.
Well, only Bigfoot scat.
This is true. This is true.
Honestly, I don't think Simon has ever talked about any other scat than Bigfoot. He's talked about the lack of scat from other cryptids, but he's only really ever talked about Bigfoot scat.
It has to be scat related.
Where does he live, by the way?
He's very evasive on that. I think he's not proud.
Right.
Wherever he might be, he's not proud of it. It's all right. You do what you do.
I can see him living in an old fallout shelter somewhere.
Yeah. And that's good. Maybe he lives in the old TNT place where Mothman
Just might.
was originally seen.
With the tall grays.
See, Tim, and I was envisioning like a beat up mobile home because given the fact that he's interested in cryptids, he might go exploring, and he always seems to be trying to outrun those tall grays. So you can't be in one place all the time.
It's probably a foil-covered RV, I'm expecting.
No doubt.
Well, all the best to Simon. Maybe he'll come back again. We'll figure out another topic for him to chime in on. It would be lovely to have him. Well, we don't have Simon this week because we have an odd and fantastic subject for tonight. Scott and I were talking about the name Kelly or Kellys or whatever, and I had said, I've never heard of a bad Kelly. Any Kelly I've ever met in my life, whether first or last name, has been delightful.
That's what the man said, he said.
But as I like to do, because I waste a lot of time, it's what I do. It's my joie de vivre. It's my nom de plume. So I looked on the internet, and certainly looking up Kellys, there is a plethora of different Kellys. Kelly scientific terms, Kelly Blue Book, Kelly tons of Kelly celebrities, Kelly's in mathematics. There's tons of Kelly.
Kelly Green as a color.
There's green Kellys. There's tons of Kellys. And so we thought, what an exciting idea to have a worst Kelly. There's so many Kellys available that there are plenty for us to dive into, and we could probably have 3 episodes of worst Kellys, and we might do it.
But it turns out we couldn't find any, so see you later.
Right, bye.
Next week.
No, we're just kidding. Stay with us. I have abandonment issues. Don't leave me. So today we are going to bring you worst Kelly, and we're kind of excited by it. So this is the order for the rumble in the Kelly jungle, so to speak. First up is me, John, with the Kelly family. And then we have
Pete doing Honora Kelly.
And then in the second round, we will have
I am Tim, and we will hear about Kieran Kelly, the secret serial killer.
And pulling up from behind.
I really wish you didn't express it in that exact manner.
I didn't even mean to. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's in the air. Hi, this is Scott, and I'm going to talk to you about R. Kelly.
Are you kidding me?
I are not kidding you.
All right. I say we just dive right into this one today.
Let's do it.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
Ring the bell. We don't have a bell, but how's this? Ring the bell. Hold on.
Ooh, nice.
Not bad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And that will never be done again. That was terrible. And here we go. Worst Kelly. I'm going to begin. And I bring you the Kelly family. The Kelly family. The Kelly family was a musical group comprised of a family named, sit down for it, Kelly.
What?
Really? They were active between 1974 and 2008, with their biggest success in the 1990s, much like many of us.
Right.
Led by Papa Dan Kelly and Mama Barbara Ann Kelly, they usually had at least 8 kids on stage, and then as the family got older, the Kelly kids and Kelly cousins joined them on stage. They played a repertoire of rock, pop, and folk music and sang in English, Spanish, German, and Basque. The group had chart and concert success around the world, predominantly in continental Europe, mainly in Germany, the Benelux countries, so all 7 people in there, Scandinavia, Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Spain, and Portugal, and some in Ireland. They have sold over 20 million albums.
Get out of here.
Since the early 1980s and were ranked as the 6th most popular music act in Germany in the 1990s. Despite their American origins, the group virtually unknown in the United States, as evidenced by when I said it and said their
Our gaping jaws.
Yes, your gaping maws in shock. It all began in 1970 when Dan Kelly married his second wife, Barbara Ann. They had 8 kids together, adding to the 4 children he had with his first wife.
When did they have time to perform?
Well, that's why the kids did most of the work. They were doing their own sort of work.
And they were just getting started.
In 1974, the older children, Caroline, Daniel, Kathy, and Paul, formed the Kelly Kids, at first singing in the streets, then performing at parties and local events. They became well known enough that they appeared on Spanish television in 1975. The band was joined by the younger members of the family as they grew up and learned to play musical instruments. The band's popularity increased in Spain, with several performances on television and in circuses. In 1976, they went on tour as the Kelly Family in Italy, West Germany, and the Netherlands. Hello to our fan in the Netherlands, by the way. Their money was stolen during the tour, and penniless, they had to busk on the street to earn enough for the return trip home.
It's terrible.
It is. But with their daring do and talent, they were able to make plenty of money to get home. Also, the family moved to Ireland and living in a campground and touring there in 1977. So they didn't have to raise that much money
Nice.
once they got to
I was
Ireland.
going to say, if only they'd played The Love Boat, they would have made it in America.
Puerto Vallarta would have been theirs. Then it would have added another country that they were popular in and not the United States. Then in 1978, they toured again in their double-decker bus, which they lived in.
Nice.
But then later on, when they started to make a little bit more money, they bought a large houseboat and lived in that. Because stuff just gets weirder and weirder with the Kelly family. Daniel and Barbara Kelly joined their children for performances, but usually the children would be the only performers. Although Barbara often performed with a newborn in her arms, they always had a newborn to choose from every 9 months. In 1977, they secured a record contract in West Germany. Their first major chart hit came in 1980 with the song Who'll Come With Me, David's Song, with John Kelly, age 12, singing the solo. The Kelly family covered hit songs such as We Are the World and The Rose, which gives you an idea of the place in the business where they sit, but wrote most of their own music based on family and personal experience, their Catholic faith, and their worldview. Songs included Santa Maria, Why, An Angel, the video of which popularized a younger family member, Patty, Break Free, sung by Barbie Kelly, The Haunting Mama, in which Barbara Kelly is remembered by her children, and many other songs. A matter of fact, I spent this morning listening to Fell in Love with an Alien.
Ooh.
Woo boy. It's interesting. It's very 1990s, and find it on YouTube. It's very popular, but good God.
Did they have a sense of humor?
Oh, no. This is all incredibly plaintive and very, very serious.
Fell in love with an alien.
An alien. And yeah, the video is fantastic. Highly recommended.
Which is really a better song than Fell in Love with R. Kelly. That's a whole different story.
Oh, boy. In the 1990s, this is the juicy part of the story now. This is when they get big. And they get big. In the 1990s, the group enjoyed the biggest success. Their 1994 album, Over the Hump, prophetic, sold more than 2.25 million copies in Germany alone and 4.5 million copies throughout Europe. In 1995, to promote the album, they played a concert to a Vienna audience of 250,000 people.
Get the F out of here.
In the same year, they filled the Westfalenhallen in Dortmund, Germany. Now, the Westfalenhallen is capable of seating 16,000 people. They played that 16,000-seat venue 9 times in a row,
That's insane.
selling it out each time.
Even Falco didn't do that.
Und ja. A feat no other musician has since accomplished. So, in 1996, they headlined their first stadium tour because the Westfalenhallen wasn't big enough. They filled some of Europe's largest venues. They played in Beijing in front of 20,000 people. In 1998, they bought a castle, Schloss Gimnik, on the Erf near Cologne, Germany. And about the same time, Adam Kelly, son of Papa Kelly's younger brother Henry, started performing with his cousins in the Kelly family. Well, this all sounds lovely, doesn't it?
A castle.
Yeah.
A castle, yes. They went from their campground to a double-decker bus
To a houseboat.
to a houseboat and then to un Castle.
That sounds like an Americanized German version of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the German dream.
I will say this: the least impressive stat there is 20,000 in Beijing. I'm pretty sure if you walked out your
really?
door and just started singing, you'd have 20,000 people just watching you in
Shouting
Beijing.
at you anyway.
Tim, those
100%
20,000 came off a single bus.
Yeah, yeah. Everything else though is highly impressive.
That is, and you are 100% right. Yes. So, like I said, that all sounds lovely, right? It sounds like a Partridge Family Brady Bunch kind of dream, doesn't it?
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Well, it's more.
It's never time to change.
Who was their Oliver?
I think that was the cousin.
Right.
Actually, they even had an Oliver. They had Kelly, the Adam Kelly.
And he had that kind of moppy blonde hair, right?
We'll get to that. Anyway,
Now they're up to 18 children.
there's like about 18 or 20 that are making the rounds. They
Right.
literally are making the rounds.
Proof positive that mother and father, they were never over the hump.
They were inexorably deep in the hump for at least a good 20 years. Oof. God bless them. They're living their Catholic
Let's not see pictures of that.
beliefs. So, like I said, it's like a Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, halcyon sort of life.
I feel so good.
Well, it's more like the Jacksons or the Wilson family. The Wilsons are the Beach Boys, whose father used to pull out his glass eye and make the kids stare into it for punishment.
Nice guy.
A pure love. So, getting back to the Kelly family, the father, David Kelly, was described allegedly by his children as having a tyrannical, controlling streak. The most outspoken sibling, Jimmy, has criticized his father for not giving his children a formal education and imposing on them a quote-unquote Huckleberry Finn lifestyle. The whole living on buses and houseboats. Daddy Daniel also oversaw the aesthetics of his children/musical cult pawns. The children were dressed, even as young adults, in this weird Renaissance fair, hat-tipped to medieval serfdom. They basically look like the entire Men Without Hats safety dance video. You expect at any moment for the entire clan to pull out a dozen smoked turkey legs and quaff down a flagon of mead, my good lady. They also didn't cut their hair at all.
Never.
Not a bit of it. Many of them have golden locks cascading down to their waists. Sons and daughters alike, like a sangat of bleached up and watered down Sikhs without the groovy turbans. Dastars to those in the know. It's trying to make this all like one world kind of thing.
Yeah, man.
Moreover, he explained that the Kelly family group, this is now the son Jimmy, as the group began to dissolve, there was almost nothing left of the millions of dollars the family had earned.
How can that be?
The oldest daughter, well, you buy a castle, it's going to kind of zap down your funds.
That and the baby formula.
Good point. Pampers and a castle, you're done. The oldest daughter, Kathy, who managed most of the finances in the family, said that Daniel is more free spirit than tyrant, but that, quote unquote, we got too big too fast. We should have cut things down some or handed over to professional management. The Kellys ran into some tax issues in Germany. The Dan Kelly Foundation was discovered not to be a registered charity, and they were criticized for their lack of transparency in accounting for money raised for an AIDS charity.
Oh, no.
So you might be wondering where his first wife went. Well, after divorcing her in Europe, she went back to America with her first child, Dan Jr., who was disabled.
Oh, man, he left a disabled son?
It seems that he did. All to live in a houseboat. But the worst part is this. The worst part of all of this. The pee-pee song. If the good folks listening would take a moment to watch the fantastic video.
Wait, I'm sorry, I have a question. He's singing about vegetables, right? Peas?
No.
No? You sure?
No, I
You're
am positive. And I'm positive about this because you can go on YouTube, and I highly suggest our beautiful fans out in fandom land go onto the YouTube before you listen to any more of this. Go onto the YouTube and just put in Kelly family PP. That's what the video is, and you will witness the horrors that the Kelly family can specifically serve up. Young Angelo, maybe he's about 8 years old, hair down past his waist, sings the song. And if you don't think all this doesn't sound too bad, I will now sing the song in total. I'm not going to sing it, actually. I'm just going to repeat the lyrics. Here it is.
We're talking about whizzers here.
Talking about young Angelo's evident inability to hold in his bladder when he goes to sleep.
That's always so cute in a child.
That is
And it's even cuter when you make him sing it in front of thousands of people. As evidenced by the lyrics I will now recite.
the capricious youngster.
Capacious youngster, some might say. Angelo, are you gonna? And then if you're watching this, if you've watched this, you know that he's intoning this with the slapdashy, grumbly, groany voice of an inebriated Tom Waits as he's flopping and flooping all over the stage. And he says, ain't gonna pee-pee my bed tonight. 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 Ain't gonna pee-pee my bed tonight.
Who wrote the lyrics for him?
Ain't gonna pee-pee my bed tonight. Evidently it was written in pee-pee. Ain't gonna pee-pee my... It goes on. I'm not gonna do it. I'm literally a quarter of the way through. At the end of another 2 or 3 pee-pees, he says, ain't gonna pee-pee. The family ain't gonna pee-pee. And then he says, ain't gonna pee-pee in my bed tonight 4 or 5 times. This goes on forever.
They probably needed that castle so they could send him off into a tower and not have to smell him anymore.
It's a good point. Put him in the pee-pee turret,
Yes.
so to speak.
He filled up the moat.
That's what happened. They bought the beautiful castle. They filled the moat with Angelo's pee-pee. And then when it came to resale time, pennies on the dollar. You can buy that thing. There's a beautiful castle. What's in that moat?
It's a bunch of dead floating alligators.
That thing's still for sale, for God's sake.
So when you're watching the video, look at the audience. That is the magical thing to do. There are people, I think it's one woman they focus on particularly, but there's this one woman who just looks somewhere walking the very thin line between incredulous and horrified. It's like, what is this? And should I be enjoying it? Is what she's saying to herself. You can see it on her face.
I think the answer is no.
No.
And all 16,000 people looking at each other. Why did we come again?
What in the living hell is this? It seems to be like in a TV studio, so it's only like a couple thousand people.
I want my 8 Deutschmark back.
So we actually have a German listener.
Do we really?
Oh, we have 1 or 2 downloads in Germany, so maybe they can get in touch with us and explain.
Is it Rolf?
I hope so. But these people they're horrified. They're flabbergasted. This is what thousands of people look like when they all have the same thought at the same time. Call CPS.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know what German CPS is, but damn it, I know you have it. You're a forward-thinking country.
They have it.
And I'm sure it was called in
Very long.
Good God.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes that lady with the clipboard and the pen.
Their phones are off the hook. The Kelly family must be singing the pee-pee song again.
Call Kinder sind die Hickeneichententionskeiten.
Kinda pee-pee. Kinda pee-pee.
Scheißkopf. So in summation, what makes the Kelly family the worst Kelly? A maniacal father, drunk with power and money, Machiavelliing his bizarrely groomed children all over Europe to sing and cavort on stage, all so he can fill his pockets with a fortune that he will ultimately squander, leaving his children and us with nothing but a pee-pee song stain on our collective eardrums and psyches. Yeah. I give to you the Kelly family.
Dear.
As worst Kelly.
Oh. Well, I looked it up. Apparently in Germany, it's just called the Youth Welfare Office.
Well,
So very, very un-Germanic name.
that is very
But how do you say it in
un-Germanic.
German?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
Scott, how's your German? The youth.
If he could find it, I might do a halfway decent job.
Oh no, I thought you would be able to know what the
Youth is Jugend, and Welfare Office, I'd have to look that up. That's probably very long words.
I bet that's a
German.
14-letter word.
Yeah,
for sure.
probably. Yeah.
Well,
Well, that was quite something, Mr. Dorsey.
Yes.
Quite something.
thank you, and I hope the folks at home are not too traumatized if they've watched Kelly Family PP on the YouTube.
It is worth the watch. It really
really is good.
brings down another step down on the worst, the list of worst.
You just can't unsee it. No, just be warned.
You can't unhear it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to hear it.
But then when you do, it's like Marmite.
Okay.
The second you taste it, you know, I never want to taste this again. Now there's going to be a bunch of football hooligans sending us bad emails. I love my Marmite, you bastard. Who doesn't like Marmite?
That sounded like the Shropshire Slasher.
Very much so. Well, that's why he became so mean. He ate Marmite.
Terrible.
Last time I was in London, I had Marmite. Our beautiful, wonderful host told me to try it. Oh, it's really nice. And it ruined my day. It literally ruined my day. And then he gave me a jar of it, like as a gift, like a year or two later. And
threw it at Big
I
Ben.
started using it. I
No.
got into it.
What
You've
do you
never
put
been
it
the
on?
same.
He sent me a book. He also gave me a book, like 50 things to do with Marmite. And literally, like, 41 of them are non-edible functions. Like staining.
Reattach a heel to your shoe.
It's literally like staining wood.
Throw it at Big
Staining
Ben.
wood.
Staining wood, or using it as it's comical.
Drywall.
Yeah, drywall. Using it as wood putty and filler. Using it has a high SPF. You can use it to either as a fake tanning because it's like super dark brown, so you can tan yourself with it.
I almost envision it looking like molasses.
It's even thicker, but yeah, it's close to that, and it looks very much like that. It's yeast. It's vegan. Enough of delicious, non-delicious suggestions for people who've never heard of Marmite. Let us dive right into part 2 of the first round of Worstest, and that would be Pete.
I present to you, dear listeners, the worst Kelly, Honora Kelly, a.k.a. Jane Toppin.
Give it to us.
Well, let's start with after Honora's arrest in 1901, when she confessed to 31 murders and was suspected of having killed an additional 70 patients.
Is that why she was arrested?
She is quoted as saying that her ambition was, quote, to have killed more people, helpless people, than any other man or woman who ever lived.
I see my fantastic lead in this competition getting erased very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
Please continue, Pete.
She's got high hopes. Honora's mother died when she was very young, and when she was 6, her alcoholic and purportedly insane father dropped her and her sister off at the orphanage, never to be seen again.
Apparently dropped them on their head, too.
Big deal. I mean, big deal. How many stories have we heard like that? Her sister apparently handled the childhood experience better than Honora, as she went on to become a prostitute. Another older sister who was not committed to the orphanage was later committed to an insane asylum.
What's left?
They don't say anything about other siblings, so I think they pretty much hit a home run here. At the age of 8, Honora became an indentured servant to the Toppin family in Lowell, Massachusetts. She eventually decided to take on the Toppin family name and went by the name Jane Toppin. The Toppins had a daughter, Elizabeth, with whom Honora/Jane was apparently on good terms. Jane excelled in school and seemed completely normal prior to being jilted by her fiancé years later. It's always the fiancé, isn't it?
That's what did it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, that explains everything.
That's right. In 1885, Toppin began training to be a nurse at Cambridge Hospital. At the hospital, she was well-liked, bright and friendly, and gained the nickname Jolly Jane. However, during her residency, Toppin used her patients as guinea pigs in experiments with morphine and atropine by altering their prescribed dosages to see what it did to their nervous systems.
That would keep me jolly. You got to have a hobby. A passion, if you will.
She spent considerable time alone with patients, making up fake charts, and medicating them to drift in and out of consciousness. During which time, she would lie in bed with them, holding them close to her as they died.
Oh, this is so disturbing.
It's pretty warped. Jane stated after her arrest that she derived a sexual thrill from patients being near death, coming back to life, and then dying again.
No scars whatsoever.
Dismissed after 2 patients died mysteriously in her care.
And she's on the side smoking a cigarette. That was so
She
good.
left the hospital without her certificate, forging the paperwork necessary to find work as a private nurse. Over the next 15 years, she was hired by dozens of New England families, caring for the ill and elderly in several states, but surprisingly, many of Toppin's patients did not survive her treatment.
What?
So that was 1885. She began her poisoning spree in earnest in 1895 by killing her landlords.
Yeah.
Let's say it's not the worst thing anyone's ever done.
That's right.
I'm warming up to her. Warming up to her at this point. Keep going.
The rent's too damn high.
It really is, Scott. It really is.
There's always a good side to everybody.
Oh, man.
So Jolly Jane then, in 1899, killed her aforementioned foster sister Elizabeth.
Wait, the one she liked?
The one she liked, with a little dose of strychnine.
Oh, strychnine.
Strychnine.
Is there nothing you can't do?
Strychnine speaking.
They played Strict 9 times in a row at the Waldenstadt.
That's right. I was going to say, in the 1800s, they used that instead of your Marmito.
Oh, that's true.
Yes. But it was a little harder on the audience.
There's very little difference as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, on July 4th, 1901, an old friend, Mattie Davis, died under Jane's care at Cambridge, quote, heart failure. And Jane accompanied the body home for burial, where she was retained as the family nurse by Patriarch Alden Davis. The elder Davis daughter, Annie Gordon, was so distraught, she turned to Jane for relief and was finished off on July 29th. The old man's death a few days later was blamed on, quote, a stroke. And the one remaining surviving family member, daughter Mary Gibbs, was pronounced dead on August 19th. So she stretched that out for a solid month and a half.
Wow.
With his wife's entire family wiped out in less than 6 weeks, Mary's husband demanded an autopsy and the jig was up. But Jane had already fled, and before her October arrest, in New Hampshire, she fed a lethal tonic to another foster sister and was working on another patient when the police cut short her medical career. So, that's it. 31 confessed murders and suspected of an additional 70.
An additional 70.
Yeah. And by the way, might have been several dozen more.
I guess the sad part about it is that
Was it the 100 deaths?
somehow she was perceived as not as being a good person. And she was
You know,
pretty
earlier
much the
when you
opposite.
talked about the fact that she got a charge, if you will, out of being with these people as they were expiring, I have this vision in my head of her like laying with her head on their chest, like listening for that last rattly breath.
Yeah.
Effing crazy.
One of those
Scott, you're
psycho-
freaking me out now.
Well, I'm sorry. The way you described it.
I'm never going to accept a drink or a chicken leg from you again. You're freaking me out, man.
How about this jar of Marmite, John?
You know my love of Marmite.
That's the death rattle, right? The last breath.
So is that it?
That's all.
So
Yeah.
what? Did she die in prison? Did they hang her? Did they?
Well, let's see,
Did she
I don't-
escape again? And
It says that Honora Kelly died August 17th, 1938, aged 84.
Jesus.
In Taunton, Massachusetts. So I'm guessing she was not executed. She was given involuntary commitment to a mental hospital for life.
Well,
Interesting.
involuntary.
Involuntary. Let's
In
hope
the-
so.
In the
What do you think? You want to go there for life? It's up to you.
What do you want to work at Mystic Pizza? What do you want to do?
Just no more hospitals.
Any voluntary choice this woman made ended up in disaster for somebody else.
Yeah.
That is very true. So the involuntary one worked for all of us.
Yes.
So there you go. Our first round is a serial killer and a serial bedwetter, or at least a family that musically celebrates and traumatizes a young member of their family in front of tens of hundreds of thousands of people.
Tim, I think it's you and I now, huh?
I think so, Scott.
I can tell you I'm very strongly leaning in a particular direction.
I think I'm leaning in the same direction,
yeah,
Scott.
so
Kelly family?
They're a crime against humanity, the Kelly family.
They're a crime against the 8 sweet notes of the scale on the keyboard.
They really are.
Monsters.
So I would say this, while John's Kelly family, that is a very interesting and bizarre story. There's no doubt about it. When confronted with the Honora horrors of what she did to all of these children, elderly, sickly people, I mean, it's bad.
Brutal. Sadly, she is not the last person to kill patients. There have been a number of serial killers in fairly recent times who have been
We had some here on
convicted
Long
of-
Island.
Yeah, dozens.
Right? Was it Richard Angelo?
I was just going to say Angelo. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were calling him the angel of death, but
Angel of
Yeah.
You know.
It's very hard to trace that because it's not obvious right away.
Do we have a record of his sexual satisfaction from the killings, though? That's what I'd like to know. As Jane clearly stated, she got a sexual thrill.
Yeah, well, she sounds like she was a psychosexual killer.
First of
in
all,
her
we're
own
not
way.
here to kink shame anyone.
well,
Wouldn't think of it. Wouldn't think of it.
And now we can't
Thank
kink
you.
shame Scott because he's suddenly titillated by this whole thing.
No. I just had this image in my head. I didn't talk about how softly she was caressing these people's hair as their last breath. I'm sorry. What were we saying?
I'll be right back.
I think we're saying
sweet breath
saying
called upon her as if she. I'll stop. Right about now is when I make some kind of flippant and ridiculous Hail Mary pass to try to make my way into the second half
Go for
of
it,
this
John.
thing. But I've got nothing.
Okay.
I was going to say, well, Dan, he faked an AIDS charity.
That's pretty bad.
It's bad.
That's
it's
bad.
despicable.
It's
bad.
It's despicable. But 70 deaths, including,
least, yeah.
at least.
31 admitted deaths.
admitted deaths. And then
Possibly over 100 altogether.
I got nothing, girls. Do what you got to do.
So
Yes, Honora Kelly
yeah,
is
absolutely.
the worst in round one.
I hate to honor Honora this way, but I think we have
Sure,
to.
you have to.
Well, it is worstest, so it's an honor among.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's not. It's an honor of no sort.
Don't worry,
Well,
listeners.
all
We're
right,
going to go
so-
home and take showers and clean ourselves of all this
All
mess.
right, round one.
Good God, wonderfully done. Wonderfully done. Wonderfully done. So let us pop on the music that signifies that. I had to change the last note so we don't get sued. Take my 38
That was
cents in
very
my
clever.
car coin. I'm a big deal in this whole broadcast world now. I know how it's done. So anyway, once again, we're going to be playing a little bit of music. Don't copy it or I'll come for you.
That's the message.
That's right. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. And thank you for still staying with us. We have our second round. We have Tim versus Scott. Without further ado, delay, or respite, Tim, take it away.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
I'm going to talk about the notorious Kieran Kelly,
Oh, not another killer.
known as the secret serial killer, Pete. So, according to Robert Mulhern, a former Irish Post writer, BBC and RTE reporter, now a producer at Sky News, the Kieran Kelly case is one of the most compelling and intriguing crime stories you probably don't know. So here is some information to fill in the gaps. Kieran Kelly, born in 1925 in Rathdowney County, in a place of, I had to look up how to pronounce this. It's spelled Laois. It's pronounced Leisha. Born in
Of course it is.
Rathdowney County, Leisha, Ireland. Emigrated to London, as many poor Irishmen did, in 1953, where he worked as a laborer. Kieran Kelly may have begun his killing spree in 1975. However, we will see it could have been earlier. But in 1975, it is when an elderly panhandler named Hector Fisher was found dead after being repeatedly stabbed around the head and neck. In 1977, just 2 years later, 68-year-old Maurice Whaley was found murdered and mutilated by knife and broken bottle, which had also been shoved up his rectum, which is pretty brutal to even have to say.
It was.
I hope that happened last.
Well, yeah. I know. Interestingly, like the killer, both of his victims were vagrant alcoholics living transient lives in the parklands of South London. Again,
Well, I better start watching out.
yes, indeed, John. Avoid the parklands. So this is also very common. Serial killers murdering people who generally aren't missed by mainstream society. You know,
No
generally-
regular contact with others. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't make the newspapers.
Nope.
In fact, Kelly was arrested and put on trial for this murder, but he was acquitted when the sole witness was dismissed as, quote, a blind drunk. Again, the word of another vagrant alcoholic didn't hold up in court
Against the killers.
against the killers.
Well,
and he was allowed to go free.
But what is going to be the witness to a blind drunk getting murdered except for another blind drunk?
Fair enough.
It's not like, oh, the vice president says that he
Right.
saw it.
The Viscount of Luxembourg was standing nearby.
The Duke of Marlborough just happened to be traipsing through.
The Earl of Marmite.
Yeah. Well, get this. This witness who testified against him went missing years later. Kelly would admit to murdering him.
That's not funny. Why am I laughing?
I don't know, Scott. I don't know.
I'm
Who was also a drunk?
Yes, he was the blind drunk in question.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right. Who was then murdered himself.
Nice.
So, in 1983, Kelly then pushed an elderly man onto the tracks of London's Kensington station. The man miraculously survived when the driver of the train managed to stop the train just in time.
He really was forward-looking, wasn't he? Pushing people onto the tracks.
Well, he ran out of bottles to shove up people's asses, so...
going to say the engineer then allowed, what's his name?
Oh, Kieran Kelly.
Yeah, so that allowed him to run out in front of the train and stab him now.
Oh, Christ.
You're next.
Where's me butt-stabbing bottle?
Gosh.
So, Kelly was arrested again, charged with attempted murder, and while in prison, crushed the skull of his cellmate, William Boyd, for snoring too loudly.
That was probably accidental.
Yeah, this Kelly guy is he's no joke.
His hands went off when he was cleaning them.
How do we not know about this person?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
That is pretty crazy. And just for a moment, what strength do you have to crush a skull?
I see you motioning with your hands. Are they? Is that what they're suggesting? He did it.
It doesn't suggest how.
Oh, okay.
But if you're in a prison cell, you don't have a lot of crushing materials.
Excuse me, attendant, can I have the skull crusher, please? I have something I need to do.
Well, what he definitely had on him were shoelaces and stockings, because that's what he used to finish off William Boyd. He strangled him with that. So the next morning, Kelly's other cellmate, who was there, obviously, begged for protection and insisted that he would be a witness at Kelly's trial.
Let me guess what happened.
Well, at this point, Kelly's goose is cooked. After admitting to at least 5 murders, Kelly was convicted of the murder of Fisher and Boyd and given 2 life sentences. He left the courtroom with a hearty, "Happy Christmas to all." Kelly would die in prison in Durham, England in 2001.
So it seems, because we don't know him, it should be an old story, but it's not. It's relatively modern.
I'm just curious to know,
1970s,
was it
80s.
like July 1st when he said Happy Christmas to all, or was it actually...
That would be interesting.
You're looking for the extra crazy.
Kind of makes a
aren't you?
difference.
Yeah.
I think it was in December. I looked it up. Yeah. Now, that's not the full story. When he was questioned over Boyd's killing, Kelly also candidly confessed to upwards of 10 more murders by means of poisoning, blunt force trauma, hurling other victims into the path of London Underground trains. However, this is where it gets very interesting. New investigations by former police officer Jeff Platt and author Robert Mulhern suggest that Kelly could be responsible for up to 31 murders, and that many of them were covered up by the British government. Why? Why would they cover up multiple homicides? Well, the theory goes that revelations of people being pushed in front of tube trains on the Northern Line would start a panic. So they squashed the rumors and simply wrote them off as accidents.
So swept it under the train tracks, so
I
to speak.
suppose, yes.
I thought it was just because most of the victims were Irish and they don't care.
Always a possibility. Now, another theory put forth was that Kelly may have been gay, and obviously being born in Ireland in 1925, it would be unthinkable to be allowed to come out. He might have killed his first victim, his friend Christy Smith, back in 1953, the year he emigrated to England. So he wasn't just leaving for work. It's possible he was fleeing Ireland.
This is the worst Morrissey song ever.
Indeed.
I went to London because
I killed my friend. I killed my friend. He was afraid he might be outed. Now, if that's true, that is an eerie similarity between Kieran Kelly and the American serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. If you saw the Netflix series Monster, they had a show on Jeffrey Dahmer, which was very well done. Dahmer killed someone, his first person he killed, because he was afraid of being outed. This would have been in the 1970s in Wisconsin, where, again, it would have been very unusual to come out at that point.
Is it a little curious to be talking about being outed as being gay when they're killing people?
Yeah. That goes to show just how much of a
really
taboo
talk
it
about
was.
the stigma.
I can't be gay. I'll go kill 31 people instead.
It's totally bizarre.
John Wayne Gacy was a similar thing where he was gay and he was gay.
Yeah.
And his father vehemently, I don't know if he had come out to his father or his father was just like, you're not, I hate gay people and this and that.
Yeah.
And he, all right, Dad, I'm not going to be gay. I'm going to be a serial killer.
I'm going to
just
be a
gonna
killer, Dad.
Push it down.
And a clown, which is even worse.
Yeah. Well, his dad named him John Wayne. I mean, clearly, there were expectations there.
Yes.
Being
Although his
macho.
brother, Paul Lynn Gacy,
Ironically, was a ladies' man.
he was so
turn out the
strange.
same.
Nothing makes sense in Indiana. Look
Illinois.
at this clown, would you? I'm not going to wear that.
No, I won't come over for Christmas dinner.
So is that it?
That is all. Yes, that is all.
Usually I'm like, we have to give a strong why is your choice the worstest? But I think the past two are pretty
Kieran provided the strength there, I think.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Pretty terrible. Pretty
Thank
terrible.
you.
Well done. Well done. So we have
Pretty terrible, Tim.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
it really
Thank
is.
you.
God effing awful.
Oh, and I also I might want to save this for the second round, but if I don't make it, I will show you now. Oddly enough, Kieran Kelly, there's a picture of him. Tell me he does not look like Liam Neeson's older brother if he were a meth addict. All right, there he is.
Oh,
dear God. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like it's if you can picture Liam Neeson having an older brother
Yeah.
on meth for the past 3 years, that's what Kieran Kelly looks like.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
it's only really 2 years.
That is
It's only 2 years.
That is the scariest looking shrunken applehead I
Yeah,
have ever
it is
seen
a
in my
very
entire
applehead.
life.
Yeah.
He also
Yeah.
looks gaunt, which when you said that he was crushing skulls, I didn't see a thin, gaunt, wiry man crushing a skull, which just goes to tell you, with a little can-do-it attitude, you can do anything.
This shows you what you can do with a good skull crusher.
It's really true.
Another one of those powerfully strong immigrant stories.
God bless the British penal system. Scott, it is up to you, my friend. You're the last.
I hate to say it, Scott, but give us your worst.
Well, thank you, fellas. So I was struggling to find a less upsetting way to present my Kelly, but you all made such strong cases. Maybe I did find the bestest for the worstest. This person that I selected is someone who used their fame, they used their access and power to ruin many people's lives before successfully ruining his own. I submit for Worstest Kelly, Robert Sylvester Kelly, better known as R. Kelly. So let's start with talking about his career. Kelly's career started in the early 90s, in 1990s that is. We've been talking about some earlier centuries. He's known for songs including I Believe I Can Fly, Bump and Grind, Your Body's Calling, If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time, sort of a little bit of foreshadowing here, I'm a Flirt, and the hip-hop opera Trapped in the Closet. You guys remember that one?
I do.
If I'm lucky enough to get to the second round, I might have a treat for you.
One of the sequels to Trapped in the Closet is like Trapped in the Cupboard. And he literally comes home and his wife is making love to a little person. And the little person on the video comes out from under the sink.
That's pretty crazy.
Is that the worst thing you were going to talk about?
No, but that's pretty fucking bad.
Damn it.
That's weird, but I think
was hoping
I
that
think
that
Scott's
was-
got worse.
I was hoping it was the worst.
So just getting back to Kelly's career. In 98, Kelly won 3 Grammy Awards for I Believe I Can Fly. Although Kelly's primarily a singer and songwriter, he has written, produced, and remixed songs, singles, and albums for many artists. Now, I know we talked about the Kelly family and their impressive record sales. Well, R. Kelly has sold over 75 million records worldwide.
How many in Germany?
I'm not sure. I don't have that breakdown.
The Benelux countries?
Each of the 7 people living there bought it.
Wow. That's
Did he
good.
ever perform to Dortmund?
I don't think so. But he was generally considered the most successful R&B male artist of the 90s and one of the world's best-selling music artists with over 40 million album sales in the U.S. alone. He was named Billboard's top R&B hip-hop artist between 1985 and 2010. And again, one of the most successful R&B artists in history.
Sounds like a good guy.
Well,
All right, you lose. Next.
strap in, Pete.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I think what drew me to the story was the fact that I knew very little about him beyond the allegations of underage sex, child porn, and the like.
Don't.
Yeah, and there's certainly been a bit of a reckoning lately around the world regarding the mistreatment of people, especially women, in business, entertainment, politics. Seems like one of the first things that people in positions of power or people with influence or people with wealth want to do when they've got that is use it to get their freak on. And Robert is just one more slimy person manipulating children and women to that end. For more than 2 decades, R. Kelly was facing allegations of sexual abuse. The stories go back to the start of his career in the 90s, with many centering around alleged predatory pursuit of teenage girls. Now, it is interesting to consider that Kelly himself was the victim of child sexual abuse. explaining why he never told anyone about it. He wrote in his 2012 autobiography called Solar Coaster that he was, quote, too afraid and too ashamed. Kelly explained in this book that he was raped by a female family member when he was 8 years old, and then 2 short years later, he was sexually abused by an older male who was a friend of the family. How nice.
Ain't it always?
Yes. 96, nominated for a Grammy for writing Michael Jackson's song, You Are Not Alone. In retrospect, being known as the writer of a song for pop superstar Michael Jackson called You Are Not Alone seems a little bit too much on the nose and should have resulted in a whole fleet of FBI agents swarming Kelly's home. So now we're going to get into all of the pleasant allegations against him. 1994, he marries Aaliyah. R, then aged 27, marries 15-year-old singer Aaliyah at a secret ceremony. Imagine that, secret. Vibe magazine discovered that Aaliyah had lied on the wedding certificate about her age. She listed herself as 18.
I was going to say, it's not legal at all.
Yeah,
right?
no, not at all. Not in Illinois.
And she's the one who lied. It wasn't R. Kelly writing it. Don't even start me. Please continue.
Don't even start me on those 15-year-olds.
You know how they are.
So in a moment, Will, again, he was forever kind of just putting it out there. People just needed to notice. So it's really unfortunate and crazy that R. Kelly, the lead songwriter and producer of her debut album, wrote the song for her, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And she recorded that when she was 14. Every warning that people needed about this dude could be found right there. Now, the marriage did end in 95. And for the rest of the...
As soon as she turned 18.
Yeah.
Actually, that's coming up with another person. So just don't make me skip ahead, Pete. Aaliyah dodged questions about the nature of their relationship for years. And he has rarely spoken about Aaliyah since she died in a plane crash in 2001. Aaliyah is not mentioned in his autobiography, where an author note explains, certain episodes could not be included for complicated reasons. 96, he sued for emotional distress. I actually know the names of all of these people. I'm not including them in here. So this woman sues him for personal injuries and emotional distress that she suffered during their 3-year relationship. She admits that she began to have sex with Kelly in 1991. She was just 15. He was 24.
Age is just a number, Scott.
Well,
some wise person said that, as I recall.
Yes, and you know what? Numbers are very important to him because he ended the relationship 3 years later when she turned 18. She did bring a suit. It was settled. She was basically paid off. So, 2001, now he's sued by an intern. This was somebody who was working as an intern at Epic Records. She accused him of inducing her into an indecent sexual relationship. She was just 17 at the time. She said he often tried to control every aspect of my life, including who I would see, where I could go. She brought a legal case against him, and according to the New York Post, the case was settled out of court for an undisclosed sum and paid off. April and May of 2002. 2 more court cases. We've got a Chicago woman who claims he impregnated her when she was underage and then faced the indignity of being forced to have an abortion. A different woman sued Kelly later that same year, alleging that he videotaped them having sex. She didn't know about it, and the recording was allegedly circulated on a sex tape sold by bootleggers under the title R. Kelly XXX. Court case brought. She was also paid off. So you guys see a little bit of a pattern emerging here. June 2002. This is another month later. Now he's charged over child pornography. 21 counts of making child pornography involving intercourse, oral sex, and now let's bring in the urination. So the Chicago police accuse him of videotaping each of these acts and enticing minors to participate in them. All the charges related to one girl who at the time was born in 1984. She would have been 17 or 18 years old. He posts bail, pleads not guilty in court. It took 6 years for this thing to finally come to trial. But unfortunately, the jury let her down. They concluded that they could not prove that the girl on the tape was a minor, and then he was found not guilty on all counts.
How do they not prove she was a minor if it looks like her, and 6 years ago, she was a minor?
I got no idea.
I
got
know.
no idea.
I know.
Imagine if he didn't have lots of money, he'd become, well, another serial killer. Because what's his other way out?
And he'd still be out for years and years and years.
Guys, before I continue, I need a drink. Unfortunately, this is just water.
Oh, my God. I need a shower.
Now, between 2002 and 2004, there's an arrest prompting further charges. He's charged with further 12 counts of making child porn, this time in Florida. He's going to skate. Listen why.
Oh, well, it's because it's Florida.
He was arrested.
Say no more.
Say no more, say no more. He was arrested at his holiday home. They seized a whole bunch of equipment, including cameras, which allegedly contained images of the star having sex with another underage girl. But the charges were dropped when a judge agreed with Kelly's defense team. Police lack sufficient evidence to justify a search. You know, they were just reading all of the other papers and all of the other charges brought against them. They had no reason to believe something untoward was happening there.
Not that time.
Yeah.
So it was the search that they said was illegal?
Yeah, it was, I guess, an illegal search.
Jesus.
The judge agreed with the defense team, and they let him go. Threw it out of court.
Continue.
I'm going to try. So let's get to the sex cult now. This is July of 2017.
Yes, let's.
There was a long and detailed BuzzFeed report accusing R. Kelly of trapping 6 women in a sex cult.
Ooh, a sex cult.
And now, behind curtain number 2.
Dun, 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 dun.
They got rid of the wet raincoat, and here we go now. All right, so yes.
I hope to God we don't have a curtain number 3.
No, there might be 4 and 5 pizzas. Again, just strap in.
Let's just stay with the urine, Scott. Let's just stay with the urine.
The urine was so nice.
It was so clean.
Would that I could. So BuzzFeed accuses in this article R. Kelly of trapping 6 women in a sex cult. Article goes on to allege that Kelly seduced these young women when they approached him for help with their musical careers, before he proceeded to take control of their lives, dictating what they eat, how they dress, when they bathe, when they sleep, and of course, how they engage in sexual encounters that he will record. He strenuously denies the story, but he's being dogged by these allegations. 2017 and 2018, victims now start to approach the press because of this BuzzFeed report, and they proceed to report on these further allegations. There is a woman that was associated with him. She broke her non-disclosure agreement to speak about having sex with Kelly when she was underage. Another woman comes forward and claims that the star starved her, coerced her into sexual encounters with other women, and then he throws in some random physical abuse, just because.
It's just amazing that these people sign these agreements and they just think they can go and break the agreements. I mean, come on.
Terrible. Doesn't anybody think about the law, Pete? Doesn't anybody?
It's incredible.
An agreement as an agreement.
That's right. We shook on it.
Poor R. Kelly. Ugh.
Finally, we hear from some of his former staff and collaborators. I think it's important to underline that word.
Musical collaborators, not sex cult urine, garbage pail collaborators.
We'll see.
Criminal co-conspirators.
Now, these people I will name. So one former friend and collaborator, a Lovell Jones, said that Kelly asked him to scout out women, quote, that looked young at the parties, and claimed that it was, quote, common knowledge that the singer preferred young girls.
Ask them to color in the lines, and if they can't do it, bring them to my room.
Pretty much. 2018, let's have another court case. The star was sued by a former partner who said that he intentionally infected her with a sexually transmitted disease. Other people come forward saying the same stuff. 2019. Now, this is the worm's starting to turn here, finally. Some of us may remember that...
The worm started to turn because it caught syphilis.
I think so. Lifetime, they did this extensive 6-part, 1 hour each documentary called Surviving R. Kelly, which really at the time presented the most comprehensive look yet at all of these allegations. The 2 final segments were really particularly harrowing, featuring very, very painful and powerful testimony from his accusers. Another former employee, a tour manager named Demetrius Smith, says, that's the way it was. We worked to him, this is what he wanted, and so this is what we were supposed to give him. 2 weeks after that program is broadcast, Kelly is finally dropped by his record company. Planned concerts in the U.S. and New Zealand, they're canceled. You guys remember that celebrity attorney, Michael Avenatti?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
In February of that year, he indicated that he obtained a video showing Kelly having sex with a 14-year-old. Weeks later, Kelly was charged in Chicago with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. He pleads not guilty, and you may recall that he defended himself in this histrionic TV interview with Gayle King.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm fighting for my life here.
So how old is he now, having sex with a 14-year-old? He's like, at least late 20s.
Very late
right?
20s, probably early 30s at this
Jesus.
point. Continuing in the year 2019, now he gets hit with sex trafficking charges. There were two, these are the ones that really did him in. There were two separate federal indictments, one in Illinois, one in Brooklyn. Combined, these allegations depict an organized effort from the star and his associates to recruit and transport underage girls over state lines for illegal sexual purposes, including the production of child porn, as well as conspiracy to obstruct justice by destroying evidence and bribing or threatening witnesses. He pleads not guilty, but he's denied bail and finally goes to jail on the grounds that he's a flight risk. A few days later, prosecutors also in the state of Minnesota file prostitution charges against him. So now he's facing criminal cases in 3 states. August 2019, again, bail is denied by a federal judge in Brooklyn, citing strong possibility of witness tampering. March 2020, his trial in Chicago is delayed 6 months. Why? Because prosecutors seized more than 100 electronic devices, smartphones, iPads, hard drives from a storage facility holding the star's tour equipment. I mean, this stuff is just piling up, okay? August of 2020, witness tampering and a prison assault. Finally, some good news. Okay, 3 of Kelly's associates are charged with attempting to intimidate, harass, and pay off victims in a racketeering case against the singer. One of these victims was offered $500,000 to basically shut up. Okay,
And they didn't take it.
does not appear that that was the case.
That's cool. That's very brave.
A week later, after there was talk about that witness tampering, Kelly himself is allegedly assaulted by a fellow inmate in Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center.
Was it Kieran Kelly?
No, unfortunately, Mr. Kieran,
He was
I
dead
would have.
by then.
Yeah, I wish he would have crushed his skull.
He was cleared in that one.
You guys got to hear though why his inmate went at him. Okay, so his inmate punched him in the face while he was sitting on his bed. The inmate apparently was angry about the prison governor stopping visits at the center on more than one occasion due to the number of R. Kelly fans protesting outside of the facility. So he got pissed about that and gave him a beatdown, a right beatdown. So good for that inmate.
He probably had a right conjugal visit set up that was being postponed.
Yeah, probably.
It's too bad he didn't turn his conjugal visit into his own cell. With R. Kelly is what I'm saying.
Okay. No,
Gotcha.
that would have been fine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's too bad that didn't happen. That please go on.
So let's try to wrap this turd up.
Please.
So September 01 to February 23, we have conviction and sentences. Basically, here's what went down. In the federal court in Brooklyn in New York, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison on June 29th, 2022 for racketeering and sex trafficking offenses. And yes, can I get a little bit of a clap for that? In addition, in the Chicago trial, he later received a separate 20-year prison sentence. That was February 23rd of 2023. That was for child porn and enticement of a minor. Now, oddly enough, that judge ruled that because he already had the 30-year sentence, basically, it effectively only added a year onto his prison sentence in total, but he got 31 years. So, conclusion. Yes, John, get out of the shower because now I need it. This stuff was really upsetting to look at and research. And despite, however, this guy's life may have started, he twisted his massive success as an adult and turned it into something to be absolutely despised. We're talking about an organized and systemic pattern of criminality, abuse, pedophilia, threats that impacted dozens of lives over multiple decades. He's beyond contemptible. And seriously, I feel I still have a strong case that he is the worstest Kelly out there.
You have a case he's the worstest human out there. Certainly in the top 10. You know what? Sadly, he's probably not even in the top 1,000 of worst people out there. But he's bad.
And he's got the name Kelly.
And he's got the name
He's
Kelly.
a bad one.
I'm actually tingling at this moment. It's disgusting, but I'm glad I'm done, at least for now.
It's terrible. And as you're doing this, I'm like, man, should we really be even doing this? And here's why I think we should for the R. Kelly thing is because when we were talking about R. Kelly, yeah, he did that pee thing. That's all I knew. I knew that he went to jail. I knew he did other bad stuff, but like, you know, the pee thing sticks in your head. But I didn't know all of this. And I think it's important, you know, if anyone's listening or they're still fucking listening, you know, to realize the extent of his horrifying crimes, that there are people outside of his prison protesting that he should be set free because he wrote a couple good songs. I've seen, you know, comments on threads, man, he wrote a banger, that song is great. Dude, I believe you can go fuck yourself is the song that I want to sing to every single fan who is apologetic for him and forgiving for him because he wrote some good songs.
I get more and more annoyed at the cover story for stuff like this where, oh, he's rich, he's famous, these are just gold diggers.
Oh my God.
It's the perfect cloak for this kind of stuff.
We can go on forever about this.
But anyway, enough.
But I think it's valid to keep this in, and I'm disgusted. You and I, right? We got me and Pete. We have something to talk about.
So Tim, collectively, can we tell these two? Have fun.
So we have a serial killer and a serial rapist.
It's terrible.
Merry Christmas. In the words of Kieran Kelly, Merry fucking Christmas.
Happy Christmas to all.
But that's like Boxing Day or January 6th over there. And nothing ever makes sense.
It's a weird thing because I listened to Scott's exposition of R. Kelly, and it's disgusting through and through. And I'm just like, he is the worst. And then I think about Kieran Kelly shoving broken bottles up people's ass.
The fact that some man is throwing bottles up someone's ass as the better choice.
Forgive me, but let's depict it properly. Not throwing, shoving.
You're right. You're right. I'm trying to fucking make things a little bit better.
It's just weird.
Look, this was your topic, John. This was yours.
Yeah, you're right.
But he had
never get what you wish for.
It's so opposite though, because Kieran Kelly had nothing, and then R. Kelly had everything, and because he had all his money, he could pay people off. It's like totally opposite ends of the spectrum. If only Kieran Kelly had a little more money, he would have only been terrible.
I don't know, man. I don't want to hear either of these guys.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna vote for the worst, I mean, R. Kelly is the worst.
He's the worst.
He's the worst. There you go.
So you're going R. Kelly?
I'm going R. Kelly. What about you?
It's so tough to make the call. They're both awful. It's six of one, half dozen of another.
All right. So we've never done this before in the history of Worstest. But if one is worse, then that makes the other one not so bad, and that just ain't a world that I can live in. The relative morality I cannot sleep with.
I'm with you. I'm 50-50 right down the middle. They both
So
suck.
I am pulling a quarter out of my pocket. Heads is R. Kelly. Tails is Kieran Kelly. Are we ready?
Ready.
It's up, and it is...
It is, thank Christ, Tails. It is Kieran Kelly.
All right.
Is the winner of
it's a
this
coin flip,
round.
50-50.
He sucks.
He ain't good.
No.
He ain't good.
He was a murderer. Yeah.
He is a murderer. And R. Kelly is murdered. He's murdered my appetite and my spirit. I don't even want to finish this, but we're going to finish it because that's what we do. So we're going to take a brief break, and then we will be back. At least we're not going to hear about R. Kelly anymore. Thank God. All right. See ya. All right, I slapped some cold holy water on my face. I feel a little bit better. Not much, but I feel a little bit better. So here is our ultimate showdown between Kieran Kelly and Honora
Correct.
Kelly. Pete, you were in the first round, so you're the first to go. Honora Kelly, give us your follow-up horrificness.
Okay, I will go for it. I'm just going to say that, Honora Kelly, having lived a little earlier than the rest of the lot, we don't have as much harsh detail as Scott had, for example. I'll just say, in addition to what I said earlier, first of all, the name Honora is a girl's name of Italian Latin origin, meaning, quote, woman of honor. That crazy.
That she was.
Crazy Jolly Jane. In custody, Toppin confessed to 31 murders, naming her victims. But students believe her final tally falls somewhere between 70 and 100 victims.
Oof.
And hugging them in the process. So, maybe it was not so bad for them.
There is a positive to it.
No accurate list of her hospital victims was ever compiled, and various New England families avoided the scandal by refusing official requests for exhumations and autopsies.
I guess that would have been just a further indignity to have that confirmed that you hired somebody to take care of.
Right.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in charge of hospitals going, "Oh, we can't find those records."
Right.
Jimmy, get these in the garbage real quick.
Stick this in the coal furnace.
Who's got the shredding scissors?
Warm up wing 7 with these papers.
It's going to take me 7 months to shred it, lady.
All right, that's the end of your.
That's what I have.
The irony of Honora Kelly, Honor Kelly. All right, Tim, take it away.
What do you got?
I will sum up by saying Kieran Kelly is the worstest Kelly because he preyed on the most vulnerable members of society. Vagrants, homeless people, the elderly, which he would push in front of trains, and people in prison who he was sort of locked in a cell with him. So, and brutally too. Killing people the way he did, strangulation, blunt force trauma.
Throwing them in front of a train.
Throwing people in front of trains, which is, anyone who's ever stood on a subway platform, it's always in the back of your mind, if any psychotic person is around.
Are there any Kierans on the platform?
Yeah. And let me just say, every time I rode the New York subway and I'm waiting for a train to see someone standing right on the edge, what are you thinking? Why are you standing right there?
I was just going to say, I don't worry about it because I stand in the middle of the platform. I don't stand on the edge.
I am very well aware of my
surroundings. Holding on to the old lady next to me.
Yeah. I'm not anywhere near the edge.
Shut up, Granny.
The train's coming and they're looking over. I mean, man.
It's madness.
Madness. It has happened multiple times.
And in New York. I've seen it where we can talk forever about the reason why there's homeless people and the reason why there's mentally unstable people in New York City, but they are there.
Yes.
And I've seen more than once where there's someone on the tracks, screaming Zodiac signs. Mm-hmm. And 10 feet away, a good dash and a push, 10 feet away, there's somebody at the edge of the platform looking for the train.
Yeah.
And there's a guy screaming, hey, Capricorn, asparagus, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you saw that guy too?
Yeah. That was my dad.
He was at 18th Street, I think.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Anyway. So, that
actually,
being
I
said,
saw him more than I saw my dad. And actually, I'd rather hang out with him than my father. Anyway,
so stay tuned for the worst dad feature.
Oh, that's going to be Father's Day. That's going to be our Father's Day special. Is going to be fantastic.
Wow.
In this group.
Worst TV dad, maybe.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah, that's a really good one. Write that down. Anyway. Scott, you and I, so you're done, Tim? That was
I am done, thank you.
Scott, you and I we've got a lot of work to do. First of all, we have to scrub each other clean with a pumice rock after the R. Kelly thing.
I almost wish I was on the set of Silkwood right now getting one of those chemical scrub downs with a wire brush.
Oh my God, you're right.
What do we do?
It's funny, both of these people, both have killed 31 people. And then possibly 70 to 100.
Yeah.
Like both have the same tally.
Yeah, both killed very vulnerable people. Both flew under the radar for quite a while.
And it's funny, both don't feel like they are of the either place or time that they're in. Honora Kelly seems very English, 1800s English, and she's, America.
Yeah.
And Kieran Kelly seems like it's also like, granted he's in, the UK, but
I don't mean to blow my own horn here, but isn't his total 31? Like, was it estimated higher than that?
They said it was 31. It might have been higher. They don't know how high.
Yeah, Tim made a reference to police who had, I guess, worked the case or pulled up files and stuff, and they felt like there might have been other reasons to believe he could have been responsible for more. I mean, I kind of feel like you could barely slip a piece of paper between these two. So
yeah, very true.
It's going to be
31's a lot of people.
Yes, it is.
We're going to have to look at minute details to determine like what pushes. Forgive me, but what pushes one of them over the edge?
Over the edge in front of a train.
Yes, to win this.
Being that I have an affinity for homeless drunken people, I'm leaning towards Kieran Kelly.
Okay. My initial gut, my knee jerk, is there's something particularly disturbing about hiring a caregiver, bringing them into your house, and then finding out that they're slowly killing your loved ones, basically under your roof. So,
and your whole family.
The entire
in
whole
one
family,
case at least.
Yeah. And also the whole grabbing sexual satisfaction from it.
Yeah.
Is unnerving.
I mean, there's no doubt that Kieran must have derived some kind of pleasure out of what he was doing.
Some kind of pleasure.
Well, I'm just saying, people just don't do this again and again and again unless they're driven to. So who knows what odd chemical emotional mix was going on in there.
Yeah, I mean, one day we'll get into the whole, like, there's different kinds of killers, and they do different things. And sometimes it's
could
the
we,
planning.
please?
Oh, yes. Worstest reason to kill, or some. We'll figure that. I'll acquiesce to you because, yes, having someone coming into your house and killing your loved ones,
slowly
and then possibly
kill your whole family,
you,
and then you.
Yeah,
and like basking in it while it's happening.
Anyway,
so
let's wrap this sucker up.
Please.
Let's give the honor of today's Worstest
to the most ornery Honora there is.
Honora Kelly.
I feel so dirty.
Yes,
So
it ain't.
awful.
It ain't good. Really
You know what I'd like to say? Fuck you, Pete, for having the winner.
Yes. Yes. And fuck all Kellys. Who knew that the Kelly family were going to walk out of this as the bright spot of the evening?
Yeah, really.
Good God.
Give me Pee-Pee Boy
How
any
about
day now.
And how about the origin of this category, right? All Kellys are good.
That is true. The
Wah,
Kelly
wah.
family. Oh, my God.
So if I could,
Please do.
because I know what's coming next, our fans know too, these are going to have to be really, really good bestists.
They don't have to be, because anything is bestest after this. But literally, I only got gangrene and I didn't have to lose my leg is a bright spot on today's episode. But the episode was very heartfully given, and there's
Powerful and intense.
powerful, intense, and wonderfully researched. There was a lot of work that went into it. Let's really quickly, if you enjoy Worstest, even today, it's like, share, subscribe, like us on whatever podcatcher you listen to us on. Share it with your friends. Share the link with your friends. Tell people about us. Subscribe, follow us on whatever podcatcher you listen to this fantastic podcast on. And if you want to go one further step, rate us. Give us a 5, please. It helps us with our algorithms and stuff. And write down, if you have any criticisms, write it down. Give us a 5-star, but write it down. Or send us an email to worstestpodcast@gmail.com, because we got that too. Very exciting. Anyway, now that we've done that, it is time to scrub the horror off of us, and let's go around and say what our bestest is this week. Scott, set us up.
So my bestest actually happened earlier today, amazingly enough. So a company I work for, we basically help people with various types of developmental disabilities. And I've got a long history at this organization, been there for over 30 years. And I just happened to bump into today one of the very first people that I worked with. When I showed up at the place where he was living to begin my soon-to-be incredibly long career there, he was one of the first people to greet me at the door. And that memory came rushing back when I saw him. He popped into my office to say hi, and we just kind of caught up quickly, and really swept me back and helped me to remember why I think I'm still doing what I'm doing. So that was just unexpected and incredibly pleasant. Best thing today.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Pete, what do you got?
Well, I guess I'm going to go with, I don't know, about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I saw a Jeff Tweedy concert.
Oh, Pat, you were in Patchogue, right?
In Patchogue. And it was, I don't really know a lot about his music, and it was really, really enjoyable. He's a great musician, great songwriter. And, his sons were in the band, and their cohorts. It's like he's 65 or whatever he is, and everybody else was like 25 in the band. It was pretty cool. It was a great experience, good music, and it was just one of those things where you get way more than you expected. So,
yeah, I saw Wilco at Roseland like in the early 2000s, and they were great. But they're very low in volume.
yeah.
When I walked in, I thought like the opening band was playing because it was so low. And we walked in, and they're just kind of like grooving, low volume. It was nice.
Yeah, they were kind of the same. Yeah, it was mellow.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was really very good. Yeah.
Ah, cool. Tim, what do you got?
Well, my bestest was Sunday's improv show, which, John, you were there. It went exceedingly well. My daughter was in the showcase. She did great, as always, and I was very happy with the results.
Way to go, Dad.
Yeah, she's great. Natalie's great. She's as great as Tim, and Tim is brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna do the same damn thing. Yeah. How's this? I'll do a double improv thing. Sure. Monday, the group that comes out of my classes, I teach improv amongst many other things. And Monday, the group that has come out of the improv classes called The Alchemist and Improv Comedy Collective. They had a show on Monday. It was brilliant. It's so good. And Tim, of course, is one of the Alchemists. So brilliant. So fantastic. You sit there, you watch it, and you're like, this is what it should be. Smart, no stereotypes, no dopey voices, no scatological hole humor. We do it here, but tonight, on the stage, it's because I've been talking about putting bottles in asses for the past hour and a half, but it was just so good. It's so brilliant, and hearing people walk out saying, wow, I've never seen anything like that, and seeing Tim up there doing it, it's amazing. And then yesterday, we had the showcase for the classes, about 20 people, and damn, it was one of the best showcases in 15 years of doing it I've ever seen. It was amazing, and the place was packed. I always tell everyone, invite as many people as you can, and everyone did. And it was packed. The place went bananas, literally. There was a woman cackling, laughing her head off, and like she was saying bananas for like every thing we were asking for the audience. It was great. It was amazing. I'm still high on it. It was great. It was
nicely done,
time.
guys.
Yeah.
It was great.
And with that, maybe our dear listeners out there will come to an improv show, an improv class, no matter where you are. The Netherlands.
Get on a plane, Rolf.
Ireland. Get on a plane, Liam. Germany. England. I can't wait to see where next. But of course, evidently all over America too. We have a good amount of listeners coming in, and that's always great. So please have an absolutely wonderful week. We will see you again very soon. We have some cool episodes coming up for you. And you're wonderful. Thank you very much. Have a lovely time. Goodbye.
Good to have you all.
Bye-bye.
Take care. See you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.